Welcome to my review for Mirror's Edge on PS3. When I was about halfway through this game, I described it as a masochistic experience with a balance of pain and pleasure. I think that still holds up, but it's a good thing. Mirror's Edge is like a first-person platformer. Now normally, jumping sections in a first-person shooter game, for example, can be the worst part of the game, but somehow this one pulls it off as its core mechanic. Most of the game is spent running towards something or away from someone, and the running away was an interesting experience in and of itself. It just adds to the unique experiences this game has to offer. It's fun practicing the runs and trying to get better at them, looking for ways to slide, vault, and roll to get through an area to leave the cops on your trail even farther behind is really exciting. This game delivers the rush that I think it was going for. It's not perfect though. The controls did take some time to get accustomed to, and at times it feels like the game was being too picky as to where you need to grab exactly to make a jump. So much so that there's times where you're sure you're supposed to do something, and was sure you touched that ledge that you needed to, but it didn't take. So now you start second guessing yourself. Should I try something else? Is that even where I need to go? Maybe waste a little time looking for another route and trying more ridiculous stunts before you go back to what has to be the right way, only to find out it was. You just needed to adjust where you were aiming your jump a little bit. Other times you know your instincts are right, but screw it up because the game has you so amped that you rush to the jump, or maybe try to stretch out that wall run a little too far, but then you die. And I died a lot. That's not a bad thing. Sure, it was frustrating when you miss, then miss, then miss, then miss, then miss, but it's exciting when you get it. The payoff is worth it. You're left with a sense of accomplishment versus a sense of dread that you're going to have to do it again in 2 minutes. The game feels designed for repeat plays to do better each time around. It's not a very long game, and that works in its favor, because immediately after beating it, I wanted to start recording this gameplay footage just so I could play it again. It encourages you to go back, get more familiar with the terrain, and smooth out your run, which you may have guessed I still need to work on and would gladly do so. The only other thing I can really say that was a put-off was trying to get the timing right with disarming enemies. Once disarmed, you can either keep their guns and try shooting down who's in your way, or drop the weapon and focus on escape. As for the actual disarming of enemies, even by the end of the game I was still only getting maybe 50% success rate on my first try. But the troubles you get from your mistakes and your need to improve are outweighed by the feeling you get when you get things right. It's not always easy. There are times when I got agitated at a jump I had to make or a swarm of security guards I had to pass, but I also felt rewarded for my perseverance, and very rarely did I feel like I was being treated unfairly. I always felt like I could make it if I kept trying, and rarely was I discouraged. All of this, not to mention a strong female character that was not sexualized or objectified. It screams for a sequel. A chance to smooth out some of the rough mechanics and controls, and a chance to have even more of this experience.